The allegation also from this content creator was that somehow I had ghosted Damien. That couldn't be further from the truth. I would never ghost anyone who's ever appeared on my show.
No content creator has made allegations. It was Damien who said it. It was Damien who said it publicly. Also, he still owes all the super chat money donated to me at MMI who's missing and at Seating Sovereignty from when he ghosted me after I told him I wanted to donate the money earned from our stream. And if that wasn't clear enough, I asked Damien point blank, "Hey Damien, just wanted to make sure that I got this right. Chris reached out to you after you made your post, right?" And they respond with, "Yes, indeed. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you first ghosted Damien. That is awful in and of itself. But then, that's not enough. That's not all. You come on here and publicly gaslight Damien and say that, oh, you never ghosted Damien, and oh, Damien has your number, when you in fact did ghosted them. And it's just now when Damien publicly expressed their frustration with you that you reached out to them. What the fuck is wrong with you, Chris Hansen?" Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? I am not doing very well. Again, I know I said that last time as well, and I didn't even mention why. The reason is because I have insomnia and I can't sleep, and I'm recording this video when I'm supposed to be sleeping. And yeah, that is also the reason why you're seeing me do the exact same puzzle as last time. I apologize. I just cannot do new puzzles when I have insomnia. Like, I can't do them. It's really hard. I don't know why that is though. It's very weird. Anyways, that's not the topic of this video. In this video, I wanted to talk about the statement that Chris Hansen released today addressing the quote-unquote drama. And oh my god, this is pretty bad. Okay. Now, before I jump into this video, I do want to make a correction. Someone in my last video commented that the Mel magazine in which the article was published about Chris Hansen selling the onision story, that article has now been edited, and it now says that Chris Hansen signed a deal with Investigation Discovery and not like sold it. So yeah, that is a correction that I made, and as soon as I saw that comment, I added that information in the pinned comment. So yeah, I do think that there is not something ethically wrong if the victims and Chris Hansen like together are in loop with what's going on. I'm fine with that. However, I still don't think that onision should be on television. I don't think so, and nobody has convinced me otherwise. But anyways, I will talk about that towards the end of the video. So yeah, that was that. The reason why I'm making this video is because of Damien Leonhardt and what Chris Hansen said about them. And this is absolutely fucking disgusting. Okay, so if you don't know this, Repsilla made a Twitter post 4 days ago saying this: dahvie Vanity survivor Damien Leonhardt, Jesse Slaughter, claims the money earned from their stream with Chris Hansen was supposed to be donated, but he ghosted them. And he attaches a screenshot of Damien's Instagram stories where they say, "If Hansen tries to sell the dahvie Vanity story, I'm suing the pants off of him. Also, he still owes all the super chat money donated to me at MMI who's missing and at Seating Sovereignty from when he ghosted me after I told him I wanted to donate the money earned from our stream." So this is the context. This is what Repsilla tweeted, and this is the screenshot that he attached. Okay, and I have confirmed this myself. This screenshot is in fact real. This is not fake. You can see it right here. I have screen recorded it. You're seeing the slow version of the Instagram story. I remember I sped it up in my last video about Chris Hansen. Here you can see the slow version, and you can see that, yeah, this is in fact real. So yeah, this is something that Damien posted publicly on their Instagram. Okay, got it? Got it. Now let's listen to Chris Hansen's version of the story.
People don't pay to be on the show have a seat with Chris Hansen. People are not paid to be on the show. have a seat with Chris Hansen. Over the weekend, one content creator suggested that one of my guests, Damien Leonhard, otherwise known as Jessie Slaughter, one of dahvie Vanity's victims, was upset because she didn't get super chat money from her appearance on the show.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to pause. I have to pause right here. I can't help it. I'm so sorry. So, he is lying here. He is fucking lying here. What he is saying right here. Notice, he started off by saying that, oh, the survivors don't get any money from the interviews, which I understand, by the way. I understand that survivors can't receive money because it is an easy defense in the court saying that, hey, they just did it for money, right? So I get it. I get that. But he's setting it up as if, oh, survivors don't get any money from the interviews. And there's this one survivor, Damien Leonhardt, who wanted the money from the super chats. He's saying it as if Damien themselves wanted the money. This is in fact false. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but this is in fact false. Damien did not wanted the money for themselves. I reached out to Damien and this is what they said to me. Let me give you guys some context behind these DMs. So I asked them, when did you ask him to donate the money? I first mentioned it a few days after the stream, when somebody has sent me a DM saying that they donated money and they hoped it helped me. I felt bad about that, and I felt bad about taking the money, and so I wanted it to go to a good cause. And I told him what happened and gave him resources on which charities I would like to donate. I honestly would rather him donate the money directly than ever see the money going to any of my accounts. I am not doing this for any money, and it grosses me out somebody making a profit off of money donated to the victims. Like, at least be honest. And don't deceive your audience into thinking that they are directly financially assisting the victims. So that's what they said. Okay, from these DMs, I think you can clearly see that Damien did not wanted the money for themselves. They didn't wanted that. It's very clear from those DMs. And the way that Chris Hansen is setting it up, it seems as if Damien wanted the money for themselves, which is false. I don't know if he is doing this intentionally or not. I honestly do not care. But this is false, and I hate that Chris Hansen set it up like that. From the statements that Chris Hansen has made, it looks like he's trying to smear Damien. But hey, that's just my thoughts.
Damien was an incredible guest, courageous, brave, told her story in a very compelling way. We had a discussion about super chat donations going to a charity of her choice. I said, yeah, I can work that out, not a problem. Now, the super chat money from that particular stream ended up being $17.96.
Okay, I want to pause right here and say that the amount of money that Chris is saying right here that was donated to Damien in that live stream was $17.96. Yeah, right. Like, that was the amount of money that was donated to Damien. I totally believe that. That was the amount of money that was donated to Damien in that live stream. Hell, yeah. That makes total sense. Why the fuck is he lying about this? Like, why? Why are you doing this, Chris Hansen? Why is he doing this? Why is he lying here?
We'll make sure that goes to the charity of Damien's choice. The allegation also from this content creator was that somehow I had ghosted Damien.
Notice his language. He is saying the allegation made by this content creator. Repzilla didn't make an allegation. He just stated what Damien has already stated on their Instagram publicly. Repzilla never made any allegations. He never fucking made any allegations. Why the fuck is Chris Hansen wording his statements like that? Why? It was Damien who said it publicly. It wasn't Repzilla who said anything. It wasn't any content creator. Let's imagine that, oh, I'm getting this wrong, and it wasn't, the content creator that Chris is talking about here isn't Repzilla. Let's just say that. This statement was made by Damien publicly. No content creator has made allegations. It was Damien who said it. It was Damien who said it publicly. So why he's manipulating. My point is that's the point. That is the point. He is manipulating you. If you don't know the story and if you haven't heard what I just said right there in the beginning, right? If I hadn't showed you that, what you would think is, hey, there's a content creator who just made this allegation out of nowhere. When that isn't true. This allegation wasn't made by any content creator. This was made by Damien themselves on their Instagram stories. And by wording things this way, what he is trying to do is manipulate you into thinking that, oh, there's a content creator out there who just made this allegation, when that isn't true.
The allegation also from this content creator was that somehow I had ghosted Damien. That couldn't be further from the truth. I would never ghost anyone who's ever appeared on my show. She knows how to get a hold of me. I reached out to her. I can only...
Now, about Chris ghosting Damien, I asked Damien about this. And I said, I wanted to ask you whether Chris got back to you. And if he did he got back to you after you made that post about Chris ghosting you? And they respond by saying, Chris sent me a message the other day, only asking me to call him. I messaged him back asking him to email or DM me because I do not have phone service during the middle of my move, and he has not messaged me back. And you can see that the messages say here that yesterday, Chris says, hey Damien, can you call me? And they respond, okay. Then I asked them, when did you ask them to donate the money? I mentioned it a few days after the stream, when somebody has sent me a DM saying that they donated money and they hoped it helped me. I felt bad about that, and I felt bad about taking the money, and so I wanted it to go to a good cause. And I told him what had happened, and I gave him resources on which charities I would like to donate to. Now, I have already read this, so I'm not going to read it again. I respond to this by saying, so you mentioned it like, I guess, a month, 2 months ago, and he just ghosted you. And now he came around and sent you a DM about this when you publicly talked about it. Wow. And if that wasn't clear enough, I asked Damien point blank, hey Damien, just wanted to make sure that I got this right. Chris reached out to you after you made your post, right? And they respond with, yes, indeed. What the fuck is wrong with you, Chris Hansen? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you first ghosted Damien. That is awful in and of itself. But then, that's not enough. That's not all. You come on here and publicly gaslight Damien and say that, oh, you never ghosted Damien. And oh, Damien has your number when you in fact did ghosted them. And it's just now when Damien publicly expressed their frustration with you that you reached out to them. What the fuck is wrong with you, Chris Hansen? What the fuck is wrong with you? And actually, you can see in the screenshot that Damien sent me, you can see that the second last message that Damien sent Chris was on March 19th. Now, that is more than 3 months ago. I just want to say, this doesn't confirm Damien's story, nor does it confirm Chris's story. However, it doesn't contradict Damien's story. So who are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the survivor who is saying that Chris Hansen did in fact ghosted them? Or are you going to believe Chris Hansen, who is officially a liar and a manipulator? Are you literally going to believe Chris Hansen over Damien when he showed who he was in his Jeffree Star live stream, where he was just sucking Jeffree's cock? I, for one, don't. I don't believe Chris Hansen. Just in these 3 minutes alone, we have seen Chris Hansen lying and manipulating. I don't believe him anymore.
She knows how to get a hold of me. I reached out to her. I can only believe that somehow he's not being truthful about this, or that he caught her at a very vulnerable moment and there was some sort of misunderstanding. Damien can call me anytime.
What the fuck does he mean by Repsila isn't being truthful about this? He literally made a statement about Damien making a public statement. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is all that he did. What in the world that Repsila did here would make you think that, oh, Repsila is lying? What? What exactly? This is just manipulation. This is just pure manipulation at this point. I fucking hate Chris Hansen. And I love the subtle implication there that Repzilla had secretly manipulated Damien into saying something for drama and tea. That, Repzilla caught Damien in a vulnerable moment when it was Damien who made the statement publicly. It was Damien who made the statement publicly, guys. It wasn't Repzilla who reached out to Damien. No. It was Damien who made the statement publicly on their Instagram stories. And Repzilla was just making a public statement about this. Again, I know that Repzilla has been in a lot of drama, but here he is in fact innocent. And Chris Hansen is manipulating the situation.
And that's just not an issue. But to say that in this highly charged emotional environment is just absolutely irresponsible.
So yeah, that was it. That was the part where he addressed Damien's situation. Now, I know that he also talked about John Swan and Repzion without, naming these people, of course. He did name Repzilla, but he did not name John Swan in this video. So yeah, love that. And I also love that he doesn't respect Damien's pronouns. And here's the thing, I am sympathetic to people who might, use the wrong pronouns accidentally, I get that. Like in my videos, I remember that at some points in time, I got angry and I started using the wrong pronouns for Damien. I remember that. But to my knowledge, Chris Hansen hasn't even been trying to respect Damien's pronouns and use them, So it feels weird. I know it's not relevant, but yeah. So in this video, he also mentions John Swan and Repzion. And I don't want to go through them. I don't want to go through what he said about Repzion. Nor do I want to go through what he said about John Swan. They have their own platforms. They can talk about it themselves. I just wanted to come here and talk about Damien because that is more important to me. Just, personally, I do not want to talk about John Swan or Repzion in this video, but I do want to mention this real quick that if in these 3 minutes he could lie and manipulate so much, then ask yourself the question, what else is he lying about in his video? It wouldn't surprise me if he was lying throughout that video, honestly. So, yeah. I was going to make this video regardless, by the way, because I saw that Chris Hansen had private conversations with McDowell, Drama and Opinions, and I saw the DMs that Chris Hansen sent McDowell, and he was just lying there as well. So I was going to make this video regardless, but because he publicly came out with this video, I'm critiquing this instead. But yeah, the same thing that he said right here is the thing that he said with McDowell. But he also added that he just started receiving the money from AdSense because Vincent had screwed up AdSense account. And I'm like, how do you even mess up an AdSense account? Like, I don't know. I mean, I have a very simple AdSense account, so maybe it's possible. I don't know. I don't know about the details. Now, I do want to talk about this for a couple of minutes here. I still think it's a bad idea to put onision on television, and nobody yet has convinced me otherwise. Like legit, guys, think about it. Onision is one of the few YouTubers who has actually been cancelled. When we think about people being cancelled, they aren't usually cancelled. More or less, if you look numbers-wise, they are doing just fine. However, the effects of cancel culture on the person itself can be pretty harsh. I am not denying that. However, numbers-wise, cancelling doesn't work. Most of the time. However, in Onision's case, Onision has actually been cancelled, and it took more than a decade to do so. Onision is not being recommended by YouTube's algorithm. Onision is more or less cancelled. And we need to keep in mind that Onision isn't going to jail, guys. Onision is not going to jail. It's not like if this story goes on television, this story is going to get justice. It's not like Investigation Discovery just releases a documentary and the police arrest him or something. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Just because a story is on television, that doesn't mean that it has more like likelihood of getting justice. Like, no, that's not how things work. And something Chris Hansen said in his video that I found really weird is this. Just take a look at this.
This isn't about getting rich. This is about taking a story to the biggest audience possible to ensure that we get justice here.
No, just because a story reaches more eyeballs, that doesn't mean that it's going to get no? Like, no, that's not how things work. And this is something that he has said previously as well. Watch my last video on Chris Hansen. I go through that over there. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who do you think you're fooling? Like, what? Anyways, so no, just because a story reaches eyeballs, that doesn't mean that justice is going to be served. So think about this logically, guys. I have seen so many comments about this. It's ridiculous. Under Chris Hansen's comment section. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. Okay. Think about this logically, guys. So Onision isn't going to jail. Onision isn't going to be deplatformed off of YouTube. Like, it's not happening at this point. We just have to live with it. So if Onision isn't going to jail and he still is going to be on YouTube and on OnlyFans as well, you know, but whatever. I don't really care much about his OnlyFans, but yeah. So if those two things are true, what do you think a documentary on Onision is going to do? You tell me, what is the logical consequence of that? Oh, Onision is cancelled, his channels are dead, there's a documentary that is released about Onision, and come to the conclusion that it's going to give Onision more views and more attention, and that is not what we want. That is the last thing that anti-Os should want here. And it is very weird to me that a lot of them seem to be simping for Chris Hansen at this moment, and it's weird. Anyways, that's just my observation, whatever. So I still stand by the comment that, hey, Onision should not be on television. This is a bad idea. It's just going to give him more views. What do you think is going to be the logical consequence of that? If Chris Hansen really thought that, hey, Onision is a groomer, hey, Onision is a predator, hey, Onision shouldn't have a platform where young girls watch him. Like, if Chris Hansen really believed that, then shouldn't the logical consequence of that be that we should make sure that Onision doesn't get like more views and more attention? Shouldn't that be the logical consequence of that? Like, you tell me. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Leave yours in the comment section down below. So yeah, that's all. That's all that I have for this video. I'm going to edit this and upload this as soon as possible, guys. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Like this video if you liked it. Comment your thoughts down below about what you think. Do you think Chris Hansen was manipulating here, or am I just reaching? Like, be honest in the comments. Subscribe for more videos. And yeah, please wear a mask when you go outside and do not touch your face.